In this video, we're going to take a look at the process to get from the hotel to the Rocky Mountaineer train in Moab, Utah. Coming up right after this. As you see, Cheryl came out of the hotel, and we're going to turn around and start up the boarding process. She's going to get over here and get on the platform here. And this is interesting because it comes out of the middle of the bus from underneath. It's a part of the bus, and it's going to lift her up, and she'll go into the bus right about the middle. Now, this process worked really well. It does have a limitation, I think, of how many wheelchair passengers they can take. But as she comes onto the bus, you'll see it was raining outside. We got a drop of window of rain on the lens there. She'll come in, and with the wheel seat too, it was fairly easy for her to maneuver into place, and we'll watch her do that. Take just a little bit of time because it's a fairly tight space. Manual wheelchair wouldn't be too bad. Something small like the Whill C2 works well. A scooter would be probably not possible to get into this space. I'm not sure what they would do. They might use an aisle chair because they would use an aisle chair later on the train. She's getting right where he wants her so she can get strapped in. He'll strap her chair in place from the front and from the rear so that it's held in place really well. Now we're going to watch, it's kind of interesting watching the door close, so we'll take a quick look at that process. Shell's getting the rain off of her CI2. And you can see that what's happening is he's lowering it down. He'll take the rails off, and he'll slide right back in under the bus. You get a really good idea of her position here between the chair and the seat in front of her, the chair behind her. She's kind of centered between the two rows, which is what makes me believe he couldn't get a second chair in that spot. I could be wrong. After he gets everybody else on the bus, then we start out headed toward the train. And as he goes along, he does a really good job of providing information about Moab, the history of Moab, some of the characters that have been associated with Moab. And Moab's a very interesting town, historically. Because the tent is on the windows, you can't really see the true colors outside. But Moab is in the heart of the Red Rocks, sandstone on both sides of it. It's also very close to both Arches National Park and Canyonlands National Park, which is why Moab, if you're traveling on the Rocky Mountaineer, is worth spending some time in, either before or after. We spent about 3 days here exploring. There are some accessible trails out into Arches National Park. I went out and videoed some of those. Those videos will be coming up. We're crossing the Colorado River right now. And this is part of the reason Moab exists, is the Colorado River here. There was a crossing point, and you get a little sense of the countryside outside the window there. But we're going to go out. We've got about a total of 15-minute ride. And like I said, the guide did a really good job of providing some narration as we went along.
T-Rex, Utah's dinosaur, is on the corner. That's the Utah raptor. Standing quite stately here, a local paleontologist, geologist, Lynn Ottinger, discovered the Utah raptor in the fossils in the early not too long ago, actually. In fact, the further they dig into the walls here, the more dinosaur species they find. Part of the turnaround is they literally turn all the seats around, because the train coming from Denver this direction, all the seats were facing westbound. One of the tasks on board is all the chairs are on turntables. They'll be rotating all those chairs around so you're facing direction of travel as an eastbound.
So you got a chance to listen to part of the narration provided by the guide. We're here at the train now. What's going to happen is we're going to get Cheryl off the train and go from the bus over next to the train. And where we start the next journey will be Cheryl getting on the train and headed toward Glenwood City, which is where we would spend the night. The process of getting off the train is very much like it was getting on. He'll set up the thing and he'll bring her over. We're parked, it seems like quite a ways away, but it's not that bad to walk over. Now, one of the things that's nice about the Rocky Mountaineers is when you check your luggage, it'll show up at the hotel in Glenwood City, and then if you're staying in Denver with them, it'll show up at your hotel. It's shipped separately. It doesn't travel on the train with you, but it'll still be there. It shows up in your room. As we watch Cheryl get off the bus and head over toward the train, got a couple of favors I ask of you. Do me, first of all, if you've ever ridden a train like the Rocky Mountaineer, let me know what you thought. I'm always curious to see if other people like trains as much as we do. Also, if you look down and your subscribe button is red, that means you're not subscribed to the channel. In a minute, you'll see a picture of my face on the end screen. Do me a favor, click my face. That'll fix the problem. Also, if you liked the video, hit the like button. Thanks. The box on the right has some videos I think you might enjoy. More videos from our travels on the Rocky Mountaineer.